So what we've got here are the cards that I'm going to be sending in the HGA. The first three are the same. We'll set them off to the side. So this Joe Burrow looks pretty good. Centering isn't necessarily perfect, but overall the edges look pretty good. The corners are sharp. I didn't see all these cards. I checked under a magnification or a magnifying glass magnification. And double checked everything, kind of wiped them down, cleaned them up a little bit, so they'd be ready. So after I did that, pretty much touched them with just these gloves. That's why I'm wearing the gloves, just to make sure there's nothing on these things. So that one, I'm expecting at least a 9. This one's kind of the same. You know, it's not perfect centering, but it's pretty good. And I think it's definitely at least a 9. Obviously, if I get a 9.5 on any of these, I'd be thrilled, but I know that's pretty hard to come by, especially with the new AI that they're using. So here is the third one. I think the centering on the other two were a little bit better. This one, top to bottom, isn't the greatest. And then obviously left to right isn't too good either, but overall same story. Good edges, sharp corners. The surface looked pretty good, so excited to see what comes of these. So we'll see. Then the next one I'm going to show you is, I've got 2 of these Tyler Heroes. So I don't know what they do with these edges. I guess it's just the way they're cut, but you know, the edges on chrome type cards seem to look a little rough. So we'll see what happens with these. Again, not expecting a 10, really hoping for at least 9s here. Because if they're 8s, you know, they're not really worth anything. I don't know. Probably not worth that much. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, pretty nice cards. Centering's really good. Just like the Burrows, wipe these down, really clean. So we'll see what happens. And the next couple I've got are Zion and Ja. So NBA Hoops. I'm a big fan of these cards. I think they look really nice. But the centering on these are pretty good. They're pretty clean. Didn't really notice too many surface issues that I recall when I was looking at them up close. Backs seem pretty nice as well. Centering's a little off, but overall, I think these are in really good shape. And just like the other ones, I mean, the edges on these are a little bit better than the Tyler Heroes. Whoops, didn't realize I had Zion out of the picture. But they're very similar. I mean, I think it's just the type of card that they use in that chrome look ends up making for some choppy cuts. So, but overall, we'll see what happens. Expecting 9s out of those. Then next couple I have another couple of Zion and Ja prisms. So I got these off eBay. A lot of these I've got off eBay, so not too many of them I pulled. Actually, I'm not sure I pulled any of these. We'll see. But yeah, so same situation here. You know, cleaned them up. They look pretty good with centering. I typically try to buy based off the centering in the corners, best I see on eBay. These look pretty good. Once again, I don't know that I'm expecting 10s or 9.5s, but especially with the centering not being perfect, but I don't think it's out of question to get 9s here. So we'll see what happens, but really nice cards. HGA, when I submit them, I think the majority of these I did match the card rather than the team, but we'll see we'll see how they look. There's a few, now I can't remember which ones I did team. These might be ones that I did match the team, because the prisms and the hoops are a little bit easier to match the team, but I wasn't a fan of the way New Orleans, their team cards looked. I don't know, it's a little odd. Just didn't look right to me, so I think I might have it matching the card. Let's see what else we got here. So this is just, now this one I did pull out of a pack. Illusions, Ja Morant. Originally I was going to sell this on eBay, but then I saw it and I was like, well, this, it looks really nice. Again, very clean, sharp corners, good edges. I think the card just looks really nice. So I'm going to hope I get at least a 9 out of this. Again, all of them, I'm pretty much expecting 9s. If something comes back at 9.5, I'll be thrilled. And then let's see what else we got here. Got a couple of Joe Burrow prisms, in case you guys haven't noticed the theme here. Huge Cincinnati fan, born and raised here, so really looking for big things from this guy. Both cards look pretty good, edges and corners. Same thing with like the chrome type cards at the top. The edges look a little rough from time to time, depending at the angle you look at them, but I think that's, again, just kind of the way the cards are. Centering, one of them looks pretty good. I think it's this one, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this one comes back. If there's any card that I hope comes back a 9.5, this would be one of them. But again, hoping to see, there's the centering on this one, not that great. But again, hoping to see at least 9s out of them. This one is from my PC, so I ended up getting this probably when I was, again, 16. I didn't really start back up with cards until here recently, but I've kept a lot of the ones that I had, especially this one. I remember essentially trading my whole collection almost for this thing, and at the time it was a buyback, so Upper Deck sent me this. With this card, for the most part, signature's great. One of the best signatures, I think. When you look at celebrities and athletes, I don't think anybody's signature compares to him, or his, I should say. This card, though, I am not expecting much in terms of grade. The corners aren't that great. I can remember when they sent it to me, it wasn't in the best shape. It was kind of dinged up. It's a little bit harder to tell on here, but you can kind of see bottom right there, it's a little dinged up. Same with the top here, both of these. So we'll see what happens. If I get a 7 out of this, I'll probably be happy. Again, not really looking to sell or do much with this. It's just, I think it'll look really nice in a case. I think I have this one matching the team, so really interested to see how it comes back with it being the Reds, red and black. Big fan of red and black. This card, it's a Mystery Finest Refractor. Pretty interesting story. I can remember pulling this out of the pack, and if you guys remember, they had black, so you couldn't see it. It was basically black sticker on top of each side. But when I was at the card shop, I was with a buddy of mine, and I could tell just by looking at it, by the swing, who it was on both sides. Knew it right away. Debated on whether pulling that sticker off, but ended up doing it. In this one, overall, I think I might have saw a couple surface issues possibly. And then I know one of the corners, or maybe there's a couple of corners that aren't the sharpest. I'm trying to see here. Yeah, but overall, really nice card. Probably won't do anything with this again. Probably just keep this in my collection. And this one, you probably saw out of maybe my last video. but I cracked this out of a PSA case. Excuse me, sick. So with this card, submitted it to PSA when I was like 16 years old, came back in 8. I wrote them a letter pleading for a 10, didn't happen. And they sent back the letter and the card. The card's an 8. I can't for the life of me understand why I didn't at least get a 9. Part of me thinks they did it out of spite, but you look at the card, the corners, I mean, everything looks really, really good. Not gem mint maybe, but, you know, expect at least a hair, yeah, just a little dog hair or something. Expect at least a 9. I mean, I don't think that's asking too much, but we'll see. You know, it was a PSA 8, so maybe it'll come back an HGA 8. But I've got this one, I think, matching the card as well, which I think will look really nice. I mean, this is a classic card. And then the next two I'm really excited about. So 1989 score rookie, Deion Sanders. These cards, probably, Justice probably doesn't do it on camera, but these cards are about as in good a shape as I would think a 1989 card could be in. This one, a little off center, but overall, I am expecting at least a 9, if not higher. Edges and corners are just fantastic. I didn't see any surface issues. I didn't really mess with these or try to clean these up too much. Yeah, as you can see, this, I mean, it's in really good shape. So excited to see what happens there. And then here is the 1989 Barry Sanders rookie. Very similar. This card looks like it's in awesome shape. Same as Deion. It's got really nice centering. A little off from left to right. Overall, nice corners and edges. So, really excited to see what we get there. So, hopefully, at least a 9. Again, I'm not going to be one of those guys that expects a 10 on everything I send in, or a 9.5. So, the goal here is to get all 9s at least. From the most of them. You know, if I can get a 9.5 on a couple of them, that'd be great. And then the last card, so the last card I'll be submitting is this. I submitted this, I bought this off of eBay not too long ago for a little over $500. I've always wanted a gem mint 1989 Griffey, and at the time the price didn't seem too bad. And then now the time has come where I would like to see this in an HGA case. So according to them, I can go ahead and submit this as is, and then put a little note with it that says, you know, don't crack it out of the case unless it matches. So it'll be interesting to see, because I noticed on a couple of cards yesterday that 9.5 for HGA, I think you've got to get 9.5 across the board. In this, on the surface, it only has a 9. So we'll see what happens. but I definitely don't want them cracking it out if it's not going to meet their standards. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the cards I'm going to be submitting. I'm doing the 60 day, I believe. So all in all, not too bad, and we'll see how everything comes out. If you guys like this, go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. I'll see you next time.